panicked and fleeing for their lives. Tens of thousands are on the move in India. This man was threatened in the town where he was working simply because of his ethnic background.
A 911 call went into the Oak Creek Police Department there just south of Milwaukee, where a shooting took place at that Sikh temple. A gunman killing 6 people that we know of.
The laid-back Sydney beachside suburb of Cronulla exploded. 3 days of riots and revenge attacks appeared to take police and politicians by surprise.
Inspired by the Parliament of the world's religions, 4 young adults decided to make a statement with their legs. The goal was as ambitious as it was simple, to cycle from Sydney to Melbourne to attend the Interfaith Parliament. The distance of 1,050 kilometres was to be covered in 9 days. They were trained to run a program in schools and community centres to spread their message from town to town. Calling themselves Peddling for Peace, they set out to change attitudes and to demonstrate interfaith cooperation in action. What followed was a journey, in every respect, that none of them could have anticipated.
Immediately, gobsmacked by the initiative and how exciting it was and how proactive and what a great opportunity and experience.
So I want to utilise this opportunity and every possible opportunity to break down the walls and barriers of stereotyping and bring about peace and harmony between the Islamic community and the wider Australian community.
A lot of my family were living in Europe when the Holocaust happened. It's very easy to get disheartened, especially these days. You put on the TV, you see interfaith conflict going on all around the world. Peddling for Peace to me just symbolises an opportunity for 4 young people to do a really small act that just goes towards bridging the gap between their different religions in a very symbolic way.
I think the overarching message that I like to impart is to foster real, unity and togetherness. It needs to start off with a dialogue and experiencing each other's religions. That's the only way to really truly understand each other.
Hurdle number 1. Most of them hadn't ridden a bike since they were about 10 years old.
My name is Anthony. I've been conducting this Auscycle teaching course to help all you guys ride down to Melbourne. Hopefully you have a safe and fun time doing it. No accidents.
I think we've been trained very well today. We've gotten used to stopping lots and lots of phone calls. I'm very proficient on my iPhone now. Oh, time's come close, D-Day.
At 8 AM on a cloudy morning in late November, friends, family and dignitaries gathered to farewell the riders.
Look, congratulations and good luck. That's a long way.
I guess all I can hope is that people see a lot of great symbolism behind this and somehow incorporate that into their life one way or another.
As we embark on this journey of spiritual enlightenment, physical challenge and intellectual growth, hopefully we'll enjoy ourselves and bring about peace between communities.
I'm glad you guys are all here to be behind us. It's going to be so exciting and you'll hear about it when we get back.
So I'm very excited to be doing interfaith programs in the schools and to inspire the young people about the many faiths that we belong to and the multicultural Australia that we live in. So thank you very much for coming to support us here today.
Always be some people who just don't see a diverse community as a good thing. Harmony will only work if you work at it.
Oh, I can't keep it in, I can't keep it in, I've got to let it out. I've got to show the world's got to see all the love that's in me. I said, why walk alone, why worry when it's warm over here? You've got so much to say what you mean what you think and think anything. Oh,
that was cool.
We don't want anyone getting run over.
Really? Oh, that's part of the day 2 itinerary.
Oh, I can't keep it in, I can't keep it in, I've got to let it out. Oh, I've got to show the world's got to know of the love that lies low. So why can't you say, if you know, then why can't you say? You got too much deceit kills the light. Light has to shine, sunshine, light, shine, light.
I
think that what we're trying to do with this bike ride is very much connected to taking it one step further than just looking at what's common or similar between our religions, but actually celebrating differences.
Some of the major misconceptions in the community, Australia-wide, women are oppressed. Another one is that for some reason Muslims are unclean, which really confounds me, since we wash ourselves 5 times a day.
I told you they were fantastic young adults. Very lucky to have them on board.
What's happening, Ben? We've got a media interview this morning.
Yeah, we've got Adam over here from the Milton Ulladulla Times.
My next guests have an interesting task at hand. They've just got off some bicycles here at ABC Radio, pedalling for peace, and they're heading to the Parliament of World Religions.
I love our riders. I think they're really cute.
Yeah?
Yeah, they all love each other. They're just up all night talking, chatting. Yeah, I think they're going to become really good friends. Off the record, they hate each other, they're pushing each other into the traffic.
Tell me a little bit about what you'll be doing in the schools and community centres.
So in the schools we're running a workshop based on breaking down assumptions and stereotypes.
Who here has ever been discriminated against because you look different?
Diversity is an incredibly special gift. We should all be equal with each other. No matter who we are, what religion, what race, what country we're from, whatever, we're all the same people.
There's Adam, our cameraman. So what do you think so far, buddy?
Having a great time, man. Learning a lot about our cyclists.
Are you looking forward to this evening?
Yeah, it should be good, and hopefully it'll be very similar to the session we ran the other night with the Baha'i community. I'm a little worried.
A little worried?
Yeah. Old people tend to be on time.
Yeah.
And Narooma has the largest concentration of old people.
Of over
elderly.
65s. Of over
65s.
Is anyone going to turn up today?
Doesn't look like it. I'm it.
No one's turned up. How do you feel?
Disappointed.
Disappointed?
But as long as we've got one person to speak to, it's fine.
The priest said, not so many people in this area into interfaith things. I guess it kind of reinforces the importance of peddling for peace, that we keep trying, I guess it's just, demonstrate the need for us to show a positive example to people. I guess it gives me a bit extra conviction that we're doing the right thing, to put a positive spin on it.
We've got to push on, persevere, and move on to the next town and spread our message there.
Miles from nowhere.
It's Scottish.
Guess I'll take my time.
We have to be able to accept that we live with people who are different.
To reach there,
we need to have people talking to each other.
Look up at the mountain I have to climb.
Love is not a feeling, it's an act of the will. Well, it takes that. To love your neighbour takes an act of will.
Lord, my body has been a good friend, but I won't need it when I reach the end. Miles from nowhere, I guess I take my time. Oh, yeah, to reach there.
Though disheartened by the poor turnout at Narooma, the riders gathered their strength and pushed on.
How important is it to be tolerant towards other people?
In order for people to respect me and tolerate me, I must respect them and tolerate them.
Put your hands up if before today you can tell me that you know or have met somebody who was Baha'i before.
Baha'i is basically, it's a very recent religion, and its concept is the unity of the world. So unity of religions, unity of humanity, and unity of God.
How many of you think Evian is an Australian? How many of you think he's an Australian? Only one of you! Okay, how many of you think Evan is not an Australian? Not an Australian? Oh, that's a lot. Why did you think my friend Evian here wasn't an Australian? What makes you think he's not Australian? Yes?
Because he's got darker skin.
Because he's got darker skin, so it's the skin colour.
Maybe he's tan.
Okay.
I think I was surprised that they knew as little as they did. I'd have thought, coming from the sort of families that they come to, that although we're not a multicultural society here in Bega, that they would have actually had a bit more of a worldview than perhaps some of them did.
My feeling is that if these guys can't change the world, then no one can, because this is what we need. So thank you, it was just brilliant.
Come on, please train. Take me home again. Peace train sounding louder, loud on the peace train. Come on, peace train. Isekaya, Isekaya, Isekaya.
After 8 grueling days on the road, the team had a quiet evening to take stock of all that they'd achieved.
Well, I think that's what connects us. That's why we're here, because we all have the same values, and that's what we've been teaching in our workshops, that we all value forgiveness and respect.
I listen to the wind of my soul. Where I'll end up, well, I think only God really knows.
Let's use the camera.
Hey! I've sat upon the setting sun, but never, 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 I never wanted water once. No, never, never, never.
Having travelled over 1,000 kilometres, there was just one stop left, the Parliament of the World's Religions.
Finally here, finally time to relax and rest the bottom from the bite.
Hopefully this film will be shown around Australia and even around the world. What would you like to say to any potential audience watching this right now?
Match your words with deeds. If you've been talking about peddling for peace, and you've been talking about this project, you've been talking about, I'm going to make a difference, I'm going to stop all this, and I'm going to, you know, fight against prejudice, well, just do it. That's what we've done, and it's, you know, we're getting there, we're stepping closer. So go for it, be inspired, have fun.
There's always going to be some other in day-to-day life. So the real question isn't, is it terrible to have others? It's, do we have an ethic that assures that we treat those others lovingly, respectfully, and gently? Well, the simplest example I can give is to imagine it's a giant chessboard. And the truth is there are bishops, and there are pawns, and there are kings, and there are queens, and there are rooks, and there are knights. And if you don't have them all, you have no game. If the bishop tries to be a queen, and the queen tries to be a king, and the king a pawn, no game. The trick is to figure out what piece you want to be, and then be really grateful for the fact that there are other people who've made other choices. Because taken together, that's the game. All human beings are created in the image of God. All human beings, however different, are articulated presences of the infinite on earth.
Someday it's going to come take me home again. Ooh, come on, peace train, yeah. Someday it's going to come on, peace train. Ooh, come take me home again. Someday it's going to come. Someday it's going to come. Someday it's going to come. Oh, I've been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live in bliss? Isekaya, Isekaya, Isekai, Isekai, Isekaya. Oh, peace train sounding loud, glad on the peace train. Ooh, come on, peace train, yeah, someday it's going to come. Come take me home again. Ooh, come on, peace train, yeah. Someday it's going to come. Come on, peace train. Ooh, come take me home again. Yeah. Come take me home again. Come take me home again. Come take me home. Come take me home. Come take me home again. Yeah. Someday it's going to come. Come take me home again. Come take me home. Come take me home. Come take me home. Come on, peace train. Someday it's going to come. Come take me home again. Come on, peace train.